We want to talk to you today, just briefly. This is not a long session, but I do want to talk to you about dressing for success. Now, I understand that we definitely live in a less formal culture. I totally get that. But one of the things that I realize is that service is not something, good service. I'm talking about wow factor service. It's not something that we often get. And so that's one of the reasons why Chick-fil-A does so well, because they tend to get they pay more for their workers, and they tend to get a higher quality of individuals, because better people make better workers, and better workers make a better company. And so, you want to, and that's one of the reasons why, I always say jokingly, but it's true, I have an aversion to crazy. I don't like crazy, and, I just don't, so, if you show me that you are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, you and I are probably not going to get along. Now, listen, I'm not saying that a person has to be perfect. I'm not saying that. But, and listen, we all have some instability in us. Unstable traits, if you will. But full blown wacko, no, 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 no. But here's the thing. My point is this, as I digress. We want to give people the wow factor as far as how we look, how we present ourselves, because that makes an impression. It makes a lasting impression, because it's so different from what people are used to seeing. They're not used to seeing a high level of professionalism as it relates to service, as it relates to attire, as it relates to hygiene. They're not used to seeing that. And so when you come in and you present that, it gives you an edge. But here's the thing. If you come in and you're looking well, but then you're arrogant and uppity and you think you're better, then it works as a disadvantage. So there has to be the culmination of that you're looking great, you're looking professional, you're not too flashy, but at the same time, you're very approachable, you're humble, you're a servant, and you don't even use words that but people don't understand, because you're trying to make yourself look like you're smart and you're better. Our job is to connect with people where they are, not to try to make ourselves look good. So we encourage people to dress for success. And what does that look like? That means that's looking professional. That's not having blue, yellow, silver, different hair colors and things of that nature. And you might say, well, listen, you're taking away my expressive me, that I want to express myself with green hair. Well, that's fine, but this is probably not the industry for that. We're dealing with people who are grieving, who in many cases, they've lost a loved one, and, they want someone that they feel like is, competent and professional, and represents the funeral home and the brand of the funeral home well. I can guarantee you that you go into the funeral homes, you're not walking in there seeing people with blue and yellow and silver and white streaks down their hair, because it's one of those conservative environments that is just not conducive. And plus there needs to be some type of uniformity as it relates to, just how people are dressed and things of that nature, and their hair and things of that nature. But, you always want to have a professional look. People love that, even though they may not say it. You want to have your teeth brushed, have a breath spray if you need it to spray your breath. And you might go, I don't need a breath spray. Well, maybe you do, and just people aren't telling you you do. So, you just want to always be fresh. I even keep Febreze in my car, because if I'm in a situation, listen, I'm just being frank with you. I'm in a home that has an odor to it. When I get out of my car, when I get out of that home and I get in my car, I'm not going to I'm not going to spray Febreze on me right there in front of the house, because I don't want to dishonor and make the family feel bad. But I'm going to drive down the street. I'm going to go around the corner. I'm going to get out and I'm going to spray myself well with Febreze, because I don't want that smell on me, and I don't want that smell on my car. So, but it's okay if they don't smell great, but you need to smell great as well. I know it's a double standard. They might smell, but you don't want to smell. Especially you don't want your smell to blend with their smell. And there's nothing wrong with when you're dressing, looking like a boss. There's even when you look at this picture right here, there's a certain just a respect that happens when you are, or around someone who takes care of their self. And I mean, just how you dress, how your posture. You know, you look at this gentleman. It's not just that he's dressed well. It's the fact that I even see the little monogram right here. You know, he's got a little monogram. You know, and I have that, but I don't. Personally, I don't wear it. I just wear a regular shirt, just like I have on now. And you know, the handkerchief. I do like the handkerchief. I use that. And you know, and you look at this. It's not fancy. You know, when I say it's not fancy, it's not all over the place. It's just a very conservative look. There's a certain perception that comes with that. This person knows what they're doing. This person knows, you know, what they're talking about. This person is professional, and they're going to treat me in a very professional way. And so there's just advantages to this. And you know, you also want to have you know, be groomed. You know, I mean, just because you know you look like Grizzly Adams doesn't mean that. And I listen, I say that, you know, facetiously, but you know, I mean, in essence, you know, you don't want to go in unkept. You know, maybe a certain demographic thinks that's cool, but the people that we're going to be presenting to, you know, they don't. You know, and you don't want that to be a distraction. You know, well, they just got to accept me for who I am. I understand. I understand what you're saying. And that's why most Americans don't make $100,000 a year. They don't make $200,000 a year. I found out that the average American family, the household income is about $40,000 or less. You know, so if you want to be in that range, you know, maybe you can push it up to $50,000 or $60,000. Then you can, yeah, I mean, do your hair, do your mustache, your beard, and you know, whatever you want to do, you know, do that. But you know, just know that it's going to limit you. You know, in this industry. Now, in certain industries, it's not going to limit you. You know, I mean, if you're in the music industry, definitely it's not going to limit you. But if you're a lot of industries, it's not going to limit you. But in this industry, not being well groomed or well kept is going to affect your income, no doubt about it. And so, you know, I mean, pretty much when you think in terms of, you know, dressing for success, I mean, why not, you know, why do we have to let you know, the movie stars, you know, look good and we look, you know, all they're doing really is playing a role. You know, when you look at this guy here, he's playing the role of someone who is sharp, you know, dignified and well put together. He's playing that role too. Now, here's the thing. I'm not saying this guy can't sell a pre-need plan, because he can. But I think he needs to wash his hair. It looks a little oily and greasy. And, you know, this combination here, that's a Chevy Chase kind of look. Now, I'm not saying that this can't work with some families, but you listen, this right here and this right here, you're going to get more dividends with this than with something like this. And so you're going to say, well, listen, what do I have to do? Do I go out and buy a brand new wardrobe? No, not necessarily, because here's what you can do. And this is what I did for years. Go to the thrift store. There's more than 100 thrift stores in the DFW market. And I used to all the time, even sometimes I still do, and so, you know, but I used to go out and get white shirts just like this at the thrift store for $1.50, pressed and everything. I would get suits and ties from the thrift store, you know, and it looked like I spent a lot of money, but I spent $10 and I had a brand new suit wardrobe. And so that's what, you know, if you're saying, hey, listen, money's tight for me right now, and, you know, I don't have a lot of money to go buy new suits and things like that, you go to some thrift stores. Find yourself a suit. Find yourself some white shirts or some blue shirts, you know, and some, you know, some ties. Maybe something interesting. Isn't it interesting that solid ties? I mean, even now, I'm wearing a solid tie, you know, a solid blue tie, you know, not a whole bunch of stuff. Now, listen, I have ties that have designs on them and things of that nature. But there's something about this look. It's just a look of power, confidence. It's a soothing look. It's a controlled look. You know, people, I'm telling you, people enjoy this, being around people who are like this. So, basically all we're saying is just have a professional look. You know, first impressions are lasting impressions. Well, that's it for today. I hope this was a benefit to you. And I hope you have a great day and look forward to talking to you soon.